Why haven't I heard of Flagstaff, Arizona before? I mean, it's an hour from the Grand Canyon, 1 hour from Sedona, and it has an absolutely charming downtown. We decided to spend a week exploring Flagstaff, as well as take a day trip to Sedona. Here's what we did and why we loved it.
We're gonna be starting with Flagstaff's haunted places. I bet you're wondering why we're doing this ghost tour in the middle of the day. Is it because I'm scared to do it at night?
One thing we did on the trip was go to 3 potentially haunted spots, and we met some pretty cool people along the way.
Hello.
Yes, that's his real voice.
Good.
The first stop on the ghost tour is the Flagstaff Public Library. To tell you more is Spooky Storytime Bai-U.
The library is built on the site of the old Emerson School. The story goes that a custodian killed his family, then went to the school and committed suicide.
So I just got my first piece of intel. They said that the hotspots are the youth service area.
I didn't want to film inside the kids area, but here's me waiting next to it for any signs of ghosts. I didn't see anything, but wait, what's that? We found the ghost. Okay, so maybe that's not a ghost, but we do end up seeing something on this trip that's unexplainable. Route 66, baby.
So right now I'm walking the original Route 66. The one that's routed right now is a lie. That used to be Santa Fe Street.
We actually rode down Route 66 to get here. You can watch that video here. But in Flagstaff, they have these walk this talk signs where you can call the number and it'll tell you about the history of Route 66 in Flagstaff and how it's changed over time. We also went to the Gordon Mansion, which is a beautiful arts and crafts mansion that you can take tours of. I wasn't allowed to film inside there, but I was able to take photos. I really liked seeing the building and hearing the stories about the family that lived here. Like, you should ask about this golden eagle. Overall, we really enjoyed the history of Flagstaff. Like, did you know this is where they discovered the planet Pluto? We'll go over that later. The first place we went to eat in Flagstaff was the Flagstaff Brewing Company.
Cheers. So what'd you think?
It was really good. The food was really good. The guy was nice. He's very attentive. Busy, but that's okay.
But the best thing we ate was this pizza from Pizzacletta. Any place that has bomb pizza I'm a fan of. This was probably the best pizza we had on this road trip. We also went to
Sedona, Arizona.
Sedona was absolutely beautiful. I mean, just the drive alone from Flagstaff to Sedona was stunning. We went to the Cathedral Rock hike and the Chapel of the Holy Cross. But first, we had lunch at the Oaxaca restaurant downtown. We chose this restaurant because of the views from the patio, and the food was good as well. The hike was absolutely stunning, although I do need to work on my cardio.
Wow. Okay, catch my breath. We did it. End of the trail. We did it, boys.
If you don't want to work as hard,
We did it.
I would go to the Chapel of the Holy Cross. The views are just as stunning, and the church is pretty cool as well. Apparently, our road trip has become a tour of unique McDonald's. We went to the UFO-shaped McDonald's back in Roswell, and Sedona has the only McDonald's in the world with teal arches.
Doris Harper White Playhouse. This site, once a private home, became the home of the Flagstaff Theatricals Theater Company in the early 1990s.
There is a haunting here, yes. Well, let me take you through. You probably shouldn't go on your own. And what is your name?
I'm Bai-U.
Are you?
Yeah.
And I'm Laura.
There are 3 different ghosts that haunt this theater. The first one being
The kindly looking old lady. This apparition has often been seen in the auditorium during rehearsals, only to vanish upon second glance.
So this is the theater. This would be the auditorium.
Wow.
It's 118 seats.
Oh, cool.
There was no sign of the kindly looking old lady, but Laura was definitely trying to get me to watch the show later.
The play that's running now is Men on Boats, which is about the Colorado River and John Wesley Powell.
Okay.
And it's all women in the cast, and it's a very unique play.
The second reported apparition is an older man who simply stays in the basement area. He wanders about, oblivious to all around him, and he disappears as quietly as he appeared.
He followed me here, and
Whoa.
we go backstage, and down to the basement.
Wow.
It's an interesting room. Very interesting.
You can really tell that it's an old building in the basement. I didn't see anything there, but it was still pretty cool to see.
Have you never experienced
I
anything?
knew you were gonna, I was just in my head saying, no, I have not, and I'm pretty sensitive.
While the other spirits are quiet and benign, the last of the apparition most definitely is not. The ghost of this very angry young man stays near the north stairway to the basement. He has a history of violent behavior and has scared the wits out of many of the staff. It is very possible this is the spirit of the man who, in the late 1970s, hung himself at the top of the stairway.
Yeah, the stairwell. Yeah. He's a troublemaker.
Stays the north stairway to the basement. Violent behavior, scared staff. That's fascinating. But I'm not afraid of spirits.
Okay.
It was honestly really nice of Laura to give a tour of the entire building. Can we please spam in the comments, "We love Laura"?
This gentleman is on the ghost tour.
Oh,
I
great.
just gave
Yeah.
a tour of the theater, but I don't know these two. They know
Hi.
everything.
Oh. Have you ever noticed anything?
I have spoken to many people who have.
Oh, okay.
I've been here many years and many nights, and I have not. But I've spoken to people who have seen ghosts or heard ghosts. And one of them, her name is Connie, and she's very nice.
Oh.
She said her name was Connie. I talked to one of the volunteers we had who
Wow.
said she saw the ghost. She's standing in the corner. I didn't see anything. Standing in the corner. So, well, what's her name? Connie.
Looking back, I might have actually caught Connie on film. Check it out.
The Zane Grey Ballroom. In this beautiful ballroom, the ghostly woman has often been spied floating across the room. On other occasions, she is said to dart from one side of the room to the other.
I haven't seen anything yet.
So I didn't catch this guy's face on camera, so we'll just say that this is him.
I've been here about 2 years. I even called them out and nothing.
Do you know what the
God.
story is?
Legend has it there's a couple that got married somewhere in Flagstaff. They were staying here. Well, husband went out hunting. He got caught in a snowstorm, so they had to stay overnight. The wife didn't know what was going on, so she hung herself. The next day, the roads were clear. He was able to come back, and he came up to the room, saw his wife hanging on the closet, and he shot himself. The other bar that I worked at is haunted, the Museum Club. One night it was me, a bouncer, and my boss were there at the time. And I was putting the code in, the security code, set the alarm. And I hear the bouncer say, "Hey buddy, you can't be in here." And he goes around the corner and says, "Hey bud." What the hell? Yeah, just gone. But he was like, "Dude, I swear I saw something."
And that was our ghost tour. But wait, what about the unexplainable thing?
We're here at the Lowell Observatory. We're waiting for the Pluto tour. Is Pluto a planet? Leave your answers down below.
This is where they discovered Pluto. And legally speaking, in the state of Arizona, yes, it's a planet.
If we were to size the sun down to the size of this disk, Pluto is this tiny little speck here all the way to the edge.
So if that's the sun, here's where Pluto would be. Keep going, keep going, keep going, farther, farther down, and here we are. This was the best thing to do in Flagstaff. Here's the telescope that they used to find Pluto, but they also have this other larger telescope that they let you look through at night. Flagstaff was actually the world's first dark sky city. It was too dark to take a good video, but here's some photos we took. At night, they'll set up these telescopes, and a bunch of people come to look at the stars.
Just saying to look at the west sky. There's something in the sky.
Oh, there's just something. Okay.
Do we know what it is? I have no clue.
This was really crazy to see in person. It was moving way too fast to be a plane, and the workers there literally told me it was aliens.
We found them.
But that's why we love Flagstaff. It has such a fun and unique history with Route 66 and the discovery of Pluto, but it's also really weird and mysterious. With all that, and with the area being so beautiful, I encourage everyone to come visit here.
Just be sure if you publish this that you give Connie credit.
Okay.